Alright, well this is our hide and seek safari line. And this is a line of plush toys and plastic toys for older children. And what it is, it plays with, you hide the animal and the child has a little wand with it. And with the plush animals, when the child presses the wand, it makes a little sound. So you can hear the monkeys making a sound. The kitty meows. They all make independent sounds. So we have 7 animals, and the children go and search for the animals. So they're adorable little, and they're very high quality plush. It's very, very soft. So the plastic ones work a little bit differently. They work on the principle of they make a beeping sound. So the like further away, right, the further away you are, then the lights go down, and you don't see them as much. But then as it gets closer, it lets you know when you find it. So 2 different games with the same principle of finding the animal. Okay. Over here we have Smarty Party. Smarty Party is a family game. So you're going to select a card and put it in the magic window, and someone's going to be the reader, and they're going to say, you have to name 7 well-known nursery rhyme characters. And that reader says, I don't think you guys can do it. So he's going to put this as a no. So the game starts. Every time you get a correct answer, you grab the Smarty Pants. Whoever's holding the Smarty Pants at the end of the round, they get to throw away their highest chip. And why is that important? Because you win the game by staying as close as you can to the starting line and not finishing at the end. Okay? So you go around until either you've guessed the 7 clues, meaning that the reader lost his bet, or these chips are all taken out and you total them up and you advance based upon the number of chips that you collected with wrong answers. And that's how that game plays. You play until someone hits the end. Okay? Smarty Pants are very cool, very nice and soft and fun. This is Plucking Pears. This is the 2012 Game of the Year award. You take out 11 cards at random, you turn the timer over, and you have 90 seconds to make 5 pairs. So you just choose whatever makes sense for you for the 5 pairs. And of course there's 11 cards, so the 11th card is your bad apple. You take the bad apple, you write it in here, and then you go forward, and when everyone's written their comments down, you match up your pairs. If someone else matches your pair, you both score a point. If everybody scores the same pair, then you score 0 points. You play until someone reaches 20 points. Okay? These are our children's lines. This is a pig pile. You have cards in your hand, and you're going to be creating a numeric pattern from 1 to 12. And whoever scores the highest amount starts collecting the pigs, and the object is to get rid of your pigs. To collect as many pigs and get rid of your cards as quickly as you can. This is Flea Circus. Of course, you're a flea and you're running a great circus, and who do you want to attract to your circus? Of course you want to attract the dogs and the cats. The dogs are worth 2 points, the cats are worth 1 point. You play based on the actions of the cards, and whoever collects the most dogs and cats at the end of the round win. The third children's game we have, card game, is Birds, Bugs, and Beans. You play by just putting your cards down, and depending upon the card, you have to do the particular action, which would be, you want to squash a bug, you want to clap your hands for another bug, or if you get a different bugs, you want to tweet and whistle like a bird, or you want to give the raspberry, which is. So again, you play until you get rid of your cards. Over here we have Double Take. Double Take is the charade acting game where you are the actor, but you get to choose a partner. So if you have 8 people playing, you randomly choose a second person to help you guess the words. So there's 2 words. You take the first one in the white field, the second one takes the second word in the black field. You have 90 seconds to get all 6 clues guessed by the audience. Problem is the twist is you can't advance until both parts of the clue are guessed. Whoever's in the audience and they guess, they get 1 point for every correct answer. Whoever has the most points at the end of 3 rounds wins. This is Ticked Off. Ticked Off is a game where you select a category. So this is types of pasta. Everybody places a bet to see how many types of pasta they can name until one person's remaining. So blue says they can do 9. Nobody else thinks they can do 9. So you start the timer, but before you start the timer, you pick the mystery card. The mystery card says rodents. So now you have 45 seconds to name either 9 types of pasta or 9 rodents. that person can choose either or, but everyone else is also writing them down. So whoever chooses the same category as the person that won the bet, that person, you get to eliminate the similar matches. And you score points, first one to 50 wins the game. This is pass backwards. So this is the reverse of passwords. So the way this works is you're given a magic window with a special clue, and you give clues to your opponent's partner, and you don't want them to guess it. So you're trying to choose one of these clues that they don't guess the word that you're guessing. So it's the reverse of password. It's called pass backwards. Okay? You've seen Attraction, or would you like me to demo Attraction?
Let's do a demo because we didn't get a video. So.
Okay. Attraction is a game we start out at random positioning magnets on a table, and player one grabs it, the nearest magnet, and he flicks it and tries to get the magnets to stick. So I have 3, I collect them, and then the play moves to the next person. You keep going around the table until everyone takes all the magnets. Whoever has the most magnets at the end of gameplay is the winner of that game. Okay? And then of course we have one of our most popular seller, First and Goal. This is an authentic football playing game where you pick 8 cards on the defense, 8 cards on the offense, and you look at what you have holding in your hand, and you decide which play you're going to run, and you show them at the same time. So in this particular play, the offense is running an off tackle, and the cover 2 spy is played by the defense. So you go down here and you look for cover 2, and that tells you what dice to roll. So in this case, it was a good selection by the defense because I'm really only going to roll a red, a black, and the white dice. You then roll the dice, and this determines that you've advanced the ball 2 yards, 1 + 1, but wait, there's a turnover. That's what the T signifies, is a turnover. You take the penalty die and you see what the turnover is. Because it lands on something that's generic, you retain possession of the ball. So now it's 2nd down and 8, and you advance the ball 2 yards. The play continues just like a real football game. Okay? Gameplay of this game is about 40 minutes. We also have expansion teams. We have 24 expansion teams which you can purchase that add on to this game. And each of these teams have different capabilities based on the numeric probability on the dice. The next game we have is Spectaculum. You're a traveling roadshow in the Middle Ages, and you're trying to increase the value of your show. Value is determined by the number of shares that you own and retain. So the round play starts by you select, you determine whether you want to purchase additional shares or not. So I'm going to say I want to purchase 2 yellow shares, so I'm going to add them to my pile. The value of yellow right now is 7, times 2 is 14. So I'd have to cash in my number, so I have a 20, and I take back 6. So now I then reach into the bag and I randomly select 3 pegs. And these are the pegs that I'm going to be moving. So these are the traveling road shows that I'm advancing. So I'll take my red and I'll advance it here, and then I'll advance it on this one that's a +2. So that increases the value of the red share. And now I have a yellow one, and I'm going to advance the yellow here. That's the end of my turn. Play continues until you've covered all the red little cubes here, and someone reaches the center. When someone reaches the center, you total the value of your existing shares in your hand. Whoever has the most money is the winner. Okay? Here we have paper round. You're a bunch of frogs on a lily pad, and you're basically you select 4 cards to play with, and you're trying to match the cards based upon the frogs that are showing on the top of each of these piles. So in this case, if I was to reverse this and put this here, I would actually have 1 green showing, and I would match, and I would have 1 red frog showing, so I would match. I don't have 2 yellows and 2 threes showing. So scoring is determined by the number of cards that you can match at the end of each turn. So because I have 2 in my hand, I would score 2 points, and I would advance 2 points on the lily pad. The first one to 25 wins. The only twist of this game is when you're rolling the dice to advance, and I want to move red, you never count the empty lily pad. So I would do 1, 2, 3. That's how you advance the frogs. Again, the winner is whoever reaches the center. Okay? Over here we have our horse racing game called Home Stretch. With Home Stretch, you determine what racetrack you're going to be racing at. So today we're going to race at Cuyahoga Park in Cleveland, Ohio. You handicap all the horses based upon what the card tells you, and then you purchase 3 horses. So this player purchased horse number 10, horse number 2, and horse number 9. All the horses would start at the starting gate, and determining who goes first, everybody places their bets. So you can see that if I'm green, I've selected that 7's going to win, and 8's going to place, and then 5, 9, and 10 are going to show. What I'm not showing you is I don't tell you what my bet is. That's hidden until the end. So now the race begins and we start dicing. So the first horse out of the gate is horse number 10. So I would take the 10 horse, which would normally be starting right here. I would either advance it 1 space or 2 spaces. If I elect to advance it only 1 space, I get a second roll, and therefore I get 7, and now horse number 7 advances, and horse number 7 is right over here, and so I would advance it 2. So on your second roll, you can advance it 2 turns. Now I would pass it to the second person. They would continue the rolling pattern until we have a horse that wins, place, and shows. Then you factor the payouts based upon the number of money that's won and the bet. So if 7 had won and I had put 3 times 3, I would get 6 times 24 shares of coins that I would win. And you can see this goes around until you hit 150. You can pretty much run 3 races. Very exciting game. The dice roll is very competitive, and everyone has a chance to win, even 12. Okay? This is Chen. This is known as a strategy game. Based upon the object of this game is to get rid of your pagodas. You place your tiles down, so you have 3 tiles in your hand, and you're placing them down. Whenever you place 2 matching of the same color, you can then take possession of that province, and you put a pagoda down. Then if you can advance it to have 5 of the same color during gameplay, let's see here. So if I had the gameplay like this, and I was able to put a 5th down, I now can add a second pagoda. The pagoda that has a double pagoda on it, or the province that has a double pagoda on it, can never be eaten. A double pagoda cannot be taken. As you're placing your tiles down, you can eat a single pagoda. If I was to surround this with maybe 2 black pagodas, I would then take possession of this and another single one if there was another single one. The game ends when you've gotten rid of all of your pagodas. This game is unique. It has 2 different strategies on it. This is the easy side, and if you look on the second board, they're different placement, which is a little bit harder strategy to play the game. So, a lot of fun. The game plays in about 30-35 minutes.